So one last thing we can do is export this to Alembic if we so desired. I've been asked a few times how to get stuff from these lessons into other packages like Maya or Cinema 4D, and in this case, you could use Alembic. Now, because we've been taking care of the path attribute this whole time, we'll be able to use this ROP Alembic output. You could either do that here, or we could put it over here in the out area. For consistency's sake, we'll do it over here in the out area. This will write an Alembic cache file, much like the one that we read in like 5 hours ago, or whenever that was that we started this lesson, all the way back up here. Now, this was, of course, just an ABC file that had the one frame of just the helicopter. We could also write animations out via this thing here. So let's say we want to do the whole frame range. We'll want to do it to some file we'll call job/ABC out or something. Is that a P? That is a P. And the output version 1, who knows, version 0. Cool. And then we basically just say where that's going to be. We're going to say, let's use the SOP path in this case. We'll say it's the output, out. Seems good. That's the end of our line here. Now, we are storing it as BGOSCs already, which is, of course, Houdini's own file format. So we have the whole thing here. Also, it's not the cool wrapped and bound thing that we did here with the point deform. But we want to write this. We want to write this end result here so that we could render it or maybe run a different smoke sim that you're more comfortable with in some other package. I don't know. In any case, it's the path attribute here on the primitive that is what's so important. That's going to define the order, the hierarchy that this stuff goes back into, and the names and all other good stuff. So let's just simply go back to here and say we're going to render that SOP path out. We are going to build the hierarchy from the attributes, and it's going to be the path one that we just said. And honestly, that's really about it. I would say we don't need to save the attributes. If you don't need them, don't save them. Maybe you do want to keep your velocity or something. I'm just going to not include anything. It'll keep the file sizes down at the very least. You can actually use groups. If you have groups in here, you can have them be read actually in other packages, which is pretty cool, maybe for materials or whatnot. And that all works. I'm just going to say here, though, render to disk. Let it chew on that. It actually shouldn't take too long. The first frame takes the longest, and the rest should be fine. And there you go. So I'm going to let this run out, and then we'll test it in Maya in a moment. So it's all done now, and let's just check our work. We'll make a geometry node and just basically read in. Remember, we have to read in with an Alembic. SOP here. Let's read in what we made. ABC out, output 0. Let's see what we got. Just as a quick check to see if it looks right to me. And remember, we deleted all the attributes, so there's no colors or anything like that. Well, it looks pretty good to me. But here's the real trick will be, let's read it into another package. So here's Maya 2015. So I'm a little out of date, but what are you going to do? So import Alembic, and here's ABC out, output 0. And this will be interesting to see that we got our hierarchy and everything else that we expect. So far, so good. And sure enough, there we go. So we've got our hierarchies. We've got all of our pieces here. We can scrub it like that. I've seen this happen a few times where it looks like these ones didn't get a material, some of these pieces. So all we really need to do is just say like, hey, everybody, you get the regular material. So there we go. Now it's fixed. Everyone has Lambert 1. And there you have it. So you could even actually export your camera. So if you wanted it to look, roughly the same as the position that it looked like in Houdini, you can. But otherwise, it's all good. We even see our manipulators, and this was the thing I was talking about earlier. We want to make sure that that's right. We want to make sure that it's oriented and actually on each piece. And we got that because we went through the trouble of ensuring that that would happen before. Remember the whole thing where we moved everything to the origin and then moved it back out again? Well, wherever that was, that's what did it. That giving it the actual initial positions. Here we go. This whole thing. Otherwise, if we had exported it from here, everybody's manipulator basically would have just been at the origin. It would have been weird. But because I love you guys, we took those extra steps, and now the manipulator works, and the names work, and everyone's happy. So, there you go. As far as any other package goes, it should be the same. I imagine Cinema 4D or whatever would be fine. Because it's just ABC. Alembic is, it's a universal format, so it should work everywhere. And there you have it. So, that is it. We did it. We blew up this helicopter. And we talked about it getting to Maya, too. So I hope you liked the lesson. And here's to many more cool lessons in the future. Have fun.